Welcome to Workplace Psychology with Dr. Martha Greidick. I'm Dr. Martha Greidick. This podcast examines a wide variety of work-related issues through the lens of industrial and organizational psychology. And while many of the topics discussed here may be seen as intended for white-collar employees and their employers, in reality, the ideas presented here are applicable across organizations and industries. Additionally, many of the topics discussed here may be applicable outside of the workplace. I encourage you to examine what's presented here, apply what makes sense to you, and simply discard the rest. Whether you think of yourself as an optimist or identify as a pessimist, the lens through which you view your experiences and the world around you affects you tremendously, and that includes your work experience. How you view your work experience affects your day at the office. While there are many things that are outside of our control, our perception is not. If you want to have a good working experience, you have to contribute to it. You can't expect the organization or your employer to be in charge of your happiness at work. Certainly, they contribute to it, but you have to take that bull by the horns. And while the working experience varies from one person to the next, and the work environment varies from one organization to the next, you have the final say regarding how you view your experience at work. You can be happy at work, or you can be unhappy at work. It's largely up to you. Some might argue it's all up to you. Even if your version of happiness at the workplace translates only into the ability to tolerate it, the bottom line is that your happiness is still your choice. If you truly enjoy what you do and you like the organization and your teammates, your colleagues, you are quite fortunate. For those who work more for the paycheck than anything else, it's still important to make it as good of an experience as possible. After all, we spend a lot of time at work, so why not make the best of it? What I'm saying here is that the choice is yours. Even if you don't exactly enjoy what you do, or maybe you're not all that fond of your manager or your teammates, there are still things that you can identify about your work that are good or enjoyable. If you had to make a list of what's good about your work, what kind of things would you say? If you're having a difficult time getting started, start with the paycheck. Everybody needs money to live, and having a steady paycheck coming in is a big bonus. Look at the challenges at your job as opportunities to crush it, opportunities to accomplish something, opportunities to overcome difficulties and obstacles, as opportunities to succeed and get through difficult tasks or situations. Bottom line, look for opportunities to shine. Your job probably gives you the opportunities to learn all kinds of skills, to improve your communication skills, improve your emotional intelligence, maybe become more patient or understanding or accepting or resourceful or creative. You can see how, if you only take some time to think about it, you could probably identify a number of things that you can appreciate about your job. When you're dealing with challenges or difficult situations, you have the opportunity to learn and grow, to become stronger and more resilient. And all of these things are good for you not only within the workplace, but also outside of work in your personal life. So as you can see, taking some time to focus on what's good about your job, the company for which you work, and your colleagues or team members is a small price to pay for everything that you can gain as a result. These are such simple practices, such simple exercises, but they're very effective. But there's a trick. The trick is to do them. You have to spend some time and energy focusing on those things that you can appreciate about your job, about what you do, so that you can cultivate happiness while you're at work. As this episode comes to an end, let's review what was discussed. Today's episode is short, sweet, and to the point. Happiness is a choice. Whether you're an optimist by nature or someone who's more pessimistic, you have an opportunity every single day to identify those things that make your work experience a good one, so that you can cultivate happiness while at work. And since we spend so much time at work, it's important to devote some time and energy to making sure that our work experience is a good experience. As the week unfolds, I invite you to step back and take a look at your own thought patterns and your own feelings. Are you a pessimist or an optimist by nature? Do you believe that you choose happiness, and are you happy at work? Or do you think that the power lies outside of you? This is important because it's up to you whether or not you're happy, be it at work or any other situation in life. So take the lessons that were presented here today and apply them in your life as you see fit, so that you can experience more happiness at work and outside of work as well. Thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe to this podcast. I hope that you will join me again next time. Until then, I wish you joy